talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she need down the ride, oh, I bet that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that.
Unexpected expenses stressing you out? Get the money you need now with Loans for Feds, a program designed specifically for federal employees. Bad credit is not a problem. Application is fast and easy with same-day approvals. Apply now.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Everybody cool? Are you clean, crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Let us chat, shall we? Let us chat. Couple things here. One, post office is hiring. I know there are a lot of places that are saying they're understaffed, but let Jay tell you, they are hiring. They may not be hiring in your area. And again, I personally believe this is a strategic move by your postmaster because they just won't hire in places that they feel are going to be moving or possibly transitioning over to, one of those LDCs or RDCP, A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3s. I don't think that that's where they're hiring, but I know specifically in the area that I'm in, because I have to train all these carriers or whatever the case is, we are going to be slammed within the next couple weeks. And I'll be going to one of these new facilities to get trained. I do training, but in order to train other people, we have to get trained by the manufacturer. So I will be at one for a few days next week. So I'm trying to get a lot of my videos out now. Nonetheless, I'll let you guys know what it's like. Can't record in there, but I'll let you guys know what it's like. And some of the new equipment. I want to get to see one of this. Yeah, it's going to be interesting for Jay, yeah. And I can start putting some more pieces of the puzzle together. But what I am noticing is that they have an excess amount of people for the beginning of the new year, which is odd to me because you guys, unless you're in a major city, you're not going to see that. And I wish I could show you the schedules, but Jesus, I got double the amount of employees in about 2 weeks than I did. We died down for 2 weeks and then it was like double and it was double and double. And then it died down for 2 weeks right around the holiday season and we're right back at it again, which is impressive to me. But then I noticed where they're all going, because when we train them, we have to know exactly where to send their forms to. They're all going to where these new the local distribution thingamabob jiggy jams, one of them places that put all the carriers together. I don't want to mistalk it. My concern though is if they're going all there, and what happens to the other places that are not getting the employees? Because a lot of you guys still say you're understaffed. I think they're going to be shifting a lot of work to these new facilities. And I will know this once I see the equipment that they have inside of one of these facilities, because it's going to all make sense eventually. While they're playing chess and we sitting here still trying to figure stuff out, it'll make sense. But I know the biggest complaint is with the carriers is that they're overworked, right? A lot of them are overworked because they have too much volume, etc. I'm telling you, man, I really think that it's a strategic move. It's been like this for years, but I really think it's a strategic move. Now, in other places, I read it all the time. I know there are a lot of people that are complaining that they no longer have overtime because of the volume not there. That's one of the words, they always use. They say, hey, man, there's no volume here. There's no volume. Where's the volume? Where's the volume? We're not getting no overtime anymore. Kind of lived off of overtime. Well, I said it before and I'll say it again. It's not for us to live off of overtime. Well, that's kind of the perk of living, working for the post office. I understand that, but we're not supposed to be living off of overtime. Easy for you to say, man, you're a truck driver. Just balance out your books. If you still need overtime after 5 years, then you ain't doing something right. But forget all of that. Those places that don't have that volume, such as one of these upcoming stories that I have here about the Postal Workers Union expecting to file a grievance against the USPS over future Charleston distribution center. They were not getting any more because their volume was low. It's in West Virginia. But what's happening is that they're talking about analyzing what's going on at that facility. And if things are not, prosperous or, monetarily prosperous, I'm assuming they're going to shift and shut that facility down and shift it to another facility in Pennsylvania, which as a business owner, it would make sense. But as a human being and a humane person, it hurts, because what I'm reading here, well, Jay, you going to read it? You usually read everything. I do. The facility has 800 employees. 500 of them are represented by the union, and it's the only operational processing and distribution center left in the state of West Virginia. So they're trying to figure out what the future is of the facility, and nobody's telling them. And he's talking about the jobs will be transferred out of state. Now, how many people you think are going to move out of state? Out of 800 people, do you think they're going to move out of state? I doubt that. I believe they're going to put a RPDC somewhere up there in, Philadelphia, or not Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania somewhere. So they're not going to hire more people, or they're going to try to divert a lot of that mail to one of these new facilities. Again, this is just an opinion, a strategy that, I can't figure out yet. But the article basically saying that the vice president of the APWU, they filed a grievance on a national level because the USPS hasn't told them anything about this new facility and whether or not they'd be shifting it. They're supposed to talk to the people in public and have a powwow with everybody, let them know, and they haven't done that yet. It mentions public holding a meeting in 45 days of notifying the distribution center that they're under a financial review. Financial review meaning that they got to check to see if they're making any shmoney. USPS conducted a study of the facility to consider potential relocation of its operations to Pittsburgh. There it is. So Pittsburgh will get a bunch of employees and more mail. If Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania start hiring people, talking about mail handlers or some clerks, then they're going to be getting some volume. That's how you kind of know these things. But who knows for now? I know just from what I'm doing that this new facility hiring more people means that a lot of the people that are already there are not going to want to go to the new facility. You know what I mean? It's not like they got a ton more mail right now. No, a lot of people don't want to transfer from where they're accustomed to being to go to this new facility. So I'll see when I get down there, because we got to train all these people. See how many of these people are new and how many people are old. They're saying there's a cloud of uncertainty that continues to linger over this facility, which sucks, because the union got to go back and tell all the people, hey man, we don't know what's going on. And it's not the union's fault. Post office is not telling anybody. They're keeping it close to the ear. USPS isn't following their own rules, and they may be purposefully creating some confusion amongst the facility employees. If you purposely try to confuse people, they get frustrated. That's what happens. We get frustrated. We don't know what's going on next, which is what sucks the most. I could be that guy and say, the union knows and they just ain't telling us. I could be that guy, but I'm not. I don't think the union knows at this point. But when they do, I don't think they'll let the employees know immediately. Hey, they're negotiating something behind the scenes. That I do know. It says, Holstein said many of the employees in the facility in Charleston are starting to worry a little bit more. At this point, they just want to hear a decision. We just want some solace for our members. We want to know one way or another what's going to happen. Some of this stuff sounds like some of the words I used to speak. And now they're putting it out there. Because it's true. Nobody likes uncertainty. I don't want to talk about, oh man, I got to move in 90 days. Who got money in their pocket to move to another state in 90 days? You got to relocate your kids and all that other foolishness. But what do you guys think? Forget what I think. What do you guys think? I'm just reading some articles. Just kind of skimming through these things. And things that make sense or are worth you hearing, not because it directly affects you, but because it can affect you later. So it can indirectly affect you. You're like, man, I got a facility, we got more work, but we ain't got enough employees. But then ask yourself, where's your facility located? Where's your station located? If it's in one of those places that are not deemed that it's financially beneficial to the post office, this man's trying to trim the fat. So are you in one of those places? Don't take it like I'm throwing a jab at you. I'm just telling you what the strategy is indirectly, but more directly. You know what I mean? We just speculating right now, but who knows? I'm just babbling. Tell me what y'all think. This is JH, and I'm out.